In the spring of 1815, a three-masted merchant ship arrives in Marseille, cutting through the waves with a crew handled by a master. At the helm is Edmond Dantès, a 19-year-old first mate who has just navigated the vessel home after the sudden death of its captain. Edmond is stepping into a commercial world that seems ready to reward him at every turn. His employer has promised him the captaincy of the ship, and he is only hours away from his wedding to Mercedes, a woman who has waited months for his return. This rapid success has left Edmond with a dangerous sense of security. He is a man of merit who believes the rest of the world operates on his own level of honesty, a perspective that makes him blind to the resentment gathering in the shadows of his own social circle. Edmond's downfall is a meticulously engineered intersection of petty grievances and professional spite. His life is about to be dismantled by a plot constructed from the everyday jealousies of the men he considers his peers. Success creates a target. To those struggling in his wake, Edmond's happiness looks like a provocation, turning his friends into observers who are simply waiting for a reason to see him fail. Envy begins with Danglars. As the ship's supercargo, he manages the freight and the books, and he is deeply insulted that a teenager is being promoted over him. He views Edmond's rise not as an achievement of skill, but as a personal theft of the captaincy he believes he deserves. Danglars finds his leverage in a moment of Edmond's naive honesty. During the voyage, Edmond made a brief stop at the island of Elba to deliver a packet for his dying captain. It was a final act of loyalty, but Elba is where the exiled Napoleon Bonaparte is currently held, making any contact with the island a potential act of treason. Fernand provides the emotional desperation required to move the plot forward. He is a fisherman obsessed with Edmond's fiancée, and he realizes that as long as Edmond is free and successful, he will never have a chance with Mercedes. Inside a local tavern, these grievances merge. Danglars drafts an anonymous letter with his left hand to hide his identity, accusing Edmond of carrying secret correspondence for the Bonapartist committee. Fernand delivers this lie to the authorities. Caderousse watches the forgery. Drunk and hesitant, he remains silent, allowing the letter to cross the threshold into the legal system. The active malice of Danglars and Fernand requires the weight of a bystander to function. Without Caderousse's quiet choice to look the other way, the lie would stay in the tavern. The letter eventually reaches the desk of M. de Villefort, a prosecutor who wields the institutional power of the state. He lives in a world of aristocratic dinner parties that stands in stark contrast to the docks. France in 1815 is defined by state paranoia. The Restoration government of King Louis XVIII is fragile and terrified of a Napoleonic resurgence. Every official is under pressure to hunt down subversives to prove loyalty to the new crown. Villefort is particularly desperate to prove his worth. His own father was a prominent Bonapartist, a fact that threatens to derail Villefort's career. He must be twice as ruthless as his peers to scrub the stain of his family's political history from his record. For Villefort, Edmond's actual innocence is a secondary concern. The prosecutor sees a chance to crush a suspected agent and demonstrate his fanatical devotion to the king, providing him with the political momentum he needs for a promotion to Paris. Justice in a state of political transition is rarely about the facts. It is a tool for the ambitious, waiting for a man like Villefort to use it for his own advancement. These two worlds collide at Edmond's wedding feast. He is surrounded by his father and his bride, celebrating the very peak of his life, while the state's agents are already moving through the city to find him. The celebration is cut short by the sound of soldiers. A magistrate interrupts the feast to arrest Edmond in the name of the law, pulling him away from his family before the wedding ceremony can even begin. The aftermath is perfectly balanced for the conspirators. Danglars assumes command of the ship. Fernand consoles the grieving Mercedes. Villefort solidifies his reputation as a protector of the monarchy. Without a single weapon being drawn, an innocent man is legally erased. Edmond is transported to the Château d'If, a fortress island in the middle of the sea, designed to ensure that those the state wants forgotten never return. Edmond's life is dismantled by the mundane overlap of human spite and a legal system designed to protect itself. His tragedy is the result of ordinary men using an ambitious system to turn a lie into a life sentence.